All right, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. I am sorry this video is out a little late. I did sleep in a little bit. All right, so it is Sunday, February 9th, 2020. A lot to talk about here. Um, the most important thing to me right now that you and I need to refocus on is this yield curve. Let's talk about the yield curve real quick. Roughly 6 months ago, maybe a little further than that, we had a yield curve inversion. Now, an enormous amount of effort has occurred since that time to fake the yield curve. In other words, to give the illusion of a normal yield curve. Henceforth, partially why, the Federal Reserve has engaged in this absolutely epic repo scam between the Wall Street banks. Again, what are they doing? It's so simple to understand and people can explain it in 10,000 ways. But the most simple way to break it down is this. One Wall Street bank is passing cash to another Wall Street bank overnight. They're passing it back and forth with the aid and assistance and the I don't know how you want to put this. The Federal Reserve is pumping tens of billions of dollars per day into this scheme to keep the short end of the yield curve pinned down. If it were not for this act, right now today, we would have the most inverted yield curve that we have ever seen in history. Now, at the onset of this scam, it's a complete scam, being played on the American people and the people of the world, this illusion of a normal yield curve, which has subsequently inverted yet again, we'll talk about that in a second, is also giving the illusion of liquidity. Meaning, again, with tens of billions of dollars being passed between one bank and another overnight, bouncing back and forth overnight. It gives the appearance that there's more cash in the system. So this is a twofold scam that is being played on not just the people of the United States, but the people of America. Now, I explained to you literally at the onset of the scam how it would play out by giving the illusion of a normal yield curve. It would force more cash into the stock market. Henceforth, stocks would go higher. We'd get record high, to say the least. I nailed it to the wall. This is exactly what has played out. But we just got another yield curve inversion. The 1 month is paying more than the 10-year. Okay, it's incredible. And what did we hear last week or the week before when it happened? One Fed President Clarita said, "Oh, don't worry about the yield curve. They have to convince you that it's fine, that they're in control." And let me explain this to you. The Federal Reserve is absolutely in control. They're doing exactly what they have been planning to do for many decades. That is to become the lenders and buyers of last resort, to issue more debt. Not just that. The current budget of the United States has already priced in borrowing an over $1 trillion more dollars from the Federal Reserve. I did a whole thing on this just last week. Again, it's unbelievable. The government is planning on taking in $3.6 trillion in tax revenue. Meanwhile, the budget is exceeding that by over $1 trillion. So $1 trillion plus deficits are priced in. Again, this is a deliberate act. Make no mistake about it. To bring the Fed to the top of the pyramid, to create more debt slavery on an unprecedented scale. That's what this is all about. There is no other way to put this, and any other shill YouTube channel that's trying to tell you there's something else going on is just that. A shill YouTube channel who does not understand these markets. Let's talk about understanding these markets. Bitcoin just broke over $10,000. Now, several months ago, I told all of you Bitcoin was going to break $10,000. I got laughed at again, ridiculed again, and yet again, I'm proven to be correct. And let me give you another clue. Bitcoin is going higher than where it is right now. We're going to go over that again too soon. What you need to understand, why is Bitcoin going up? Why have metals been catching a bid here? It's all about the yield curve. It's all about the debt that is being piled on to the backbone of the United States of America. Please, someone explain to me how this is making America great again. We are the largest debtor nation in the history of the world. There's been nothing that comes close. There is nothing that comes close to it. And let me tell you another clue. We haven't seen anything yet. This is the end game. Right now, the Federal Reserve is fully engaged with a president right now, and it would not change under a Democrat, asking for more debt, explaining that we need lower rates. And this is all a setup. Like I explained to you, fear, fear, fear. What is China doing right now? Massive stimulus into their market because of the coronavirus. The same thing is going to happen here. What is that going to do? As our economy continues to free fall, stocks are going up. More debt. Debt is the fuel behind everything that we are seeing. Do you believe this is by accident? Honestly, do you believe that we are pricing in $1 trillion plus deficits by accident? You cannot be that stupid. No one can. It's an impossibility. Okay? Now, understanding at its core, the hideous core of this thing that we are involved in is epic debt expansion. What does that mean for you? That means you got to be doing what? Betting against this debt. Becoming your own central bank. Because let me explain this to you. This is not designed to go on in perpetuity. The bought and paid for government run. Their overlords are the Federal Reserve central banks. Central banks run the world. They run the entire show. Kings, queens, presidents, dictators are nothing compared to the force that is around our world that has us all in a chokehold. This is the central banks running everything. They control our modes of transaction. Everything is controlled by the central banks. There is virtually not a single politician that wants you to be involved in transacting in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, or cryptocurrencies. They all want you to transact in fiat notes. And you don't even own them. Again, I'll say it here once again. The dollars that you think you own, that are yours, that you work for every single day, they're not yours. Look at the bill. Federal Reserve note. It's owned by them. It's owned by the Federal Reserve. It's owed back to the Federal Reserve plus interest. Where does that interest come? It gets printed out of thin air, added to a digital screen. You understand what you're seeing here, people? It's an illusion. Everything is an illusion. Now, let's go back to the yield curve. We have a new inversion like I explained to you. The 10-year yield is below 1.6 and it's going lower. What does this mean? Stocks are going higher. Until when? Until they don't. I continue to get bombarded with questions. Greg, how long can this go on? It's incredible what's happening. Let me explain this to you. I put this much energy, 0, into thinking about when. I don't give a damn when, okay? Neither should you. You should be thinking about, how can I make this work for me? We know what's happening. They're going to inflate, like I've been explaining to you since how long? Time in freaking memorial. And you think this is going to stop? No, they're going to continue to inflate. Henceforth, why? Bitcoin over 10,000 and going much higher. Precious metals are going higher, regardless of the rigging. Look, we are in the biggest suppression cycle that we have ever seen with regard to precious metals and cryptocurrencies. That's the truth. The price action of cryptocurrencies is not real, despite the fact that we just hit Bitcoin 10,000 plus and it's going much higher. Precious metals, an incredible, deliberate suppression of the price action of metals. This will continue until when? Until it doesn't. You should not care at all. I don't give a damn what the price action of precious metals is. I want you to think about this. The hard asset derives value from the derivative. It's upside down. It's upside down. It's unbelievable. It's like, again, I'm going to give you the same analogy. Apple stock. If the price of Apple stock derived value from the derivative, well, it would be upside down. No, the derivative derives its value from this underlying stock. That's how it's supposed to work, but not with metals. It's upside down. This is how they rig it, okay? So the fact that it's rigged in your face should tell you what you need to do. You understand? This could not be easier for you. It's an incredible thing. All of this, again, you could look at it from the doom and gloom side, or you can look at it and say, I am a freaking lion and no one is going to take advantage of me. And that's who I want here in my chat rooms, on my website, traderschoice.net, following my work. I want lions here. No one is going to lay down and be sheared like a sheep by the current environment, by the lies from the politicians, the lies from the central bank presidents. That's all they're going to do. And you think we've seen it all with regard to lies? You haven't seen anything yet. The lies must get larger. Again, despite the fact that debts and deficits are flying off the Richter scale. You got Mike Pence. You got President Trump. We're booming. We're adding jobs. Bullshit. Bullshit, okay? The labor force participation rate is lower today than it was during the financial crisis in the heart of it in 2010. We're adding nothing. Nothing. We're not making things in our country anymore. Manufacturing activity falling off of a cliff. Factory activity falling off of a cliff. You can't make this stuff up, but this is what they must convince you of. You got it? It's that simple. Now, I want to do this. I want you to go to my website, traderschoice.net. There is a link in the description of this video. I want you to click on that right now. I'm going to open up my page as well. We got to go over a few things. Now, if you go directly to my page, traderschoice.net, this has now become a springboard, and I'm going to go over why. All right, let's just go to my initial page, traderschoice.net. If you did click on the link in the description of this video, you're where you're supposed to be. That's on my About page. But you know, just for now, let's do this. If you're on my About Trader's Choice page, I want you to go to the home page real quick. So that means go right to the top of the page, About Trader's Choice, and then look for home. Click on home right next to it at the very top. So right now we're on my home page, okay? I want to go over a few things with you here. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Obviously, if you click here, this takes you back to my About page. I don't want you to go there. Scroll down, scroll down. I want you to pay attention to the bottom two charts here. This first one is my stock screener. I want to just talk about a few of these real quick and how to use this the correct way. If you notice right here at the top, it's saying Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, and Google. I love these. All right? These are big picks for me. I've been telling you to buy them for a while, and I think you should be involved in these. Now, if you notice, they all have a buy signal. Now, if you're a trader, or even if you're looking to invest in anything that is on this stock screener, which has been insanely accurate, how do you verify your work here? Okay. You always got to look at two sources, in my view, at anything, especially when it comes to this market. So keep that in mind real quick. I want you to plug these into the boom system, which we're going to do. All right. Again, you're not going to lose under my watch. It's not happening. I will work 10 times harder than I do right now to make sure you don't lose. Now, if you scroll down here, you can see the current cryptocurrency stats for those of you that are interested. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the About page. Now, you can get to the About page several ways. You can click on About. Let's go back to the About Trader's Choice page. Now, right at the top here, this is important in my view, at my About page. What did I do for you? You have right here, these are live charts, crude oil, metals, and Bitcoin. Crude oil right now is $50.4 dollars per barrel. Keep your eye on that. Okay, I want to talk about that in a second as well too. Metals right in the middle. You can see what gold is doing. It's higher. Click on silver, down a little bit. Platinum higher, palladium higher. They're going to rig silver to the nth degree, believe me. And then right to the right is Bitcoin, over 10,000, at least at this point. We'll see what happens. It's going up, people. Mark my words. All right, now I want you to scroll down. Scroll down. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Everything is on one page now. Here's my chat room. I love these people. I really do. I'm going to say hello to... Oops. Sorry about that. I'm going to type in hello. Hello, everyone. Exclamation point. Enter. I love these people. I love all of you. It's the truth. All right, now look. Scroll down. Scroll down. This is where I want you to go. This is the boom system. And I'm going to give you a word of advice here. I learned the hard way. I myself learned the hard way, despite this is my own system. Do not bet against the boom system. If you do, you are taking a very big risk. Let's look at this right now, how I have it set up for you. This is ticker SPY. This is the exchange traded fund that tracks the S&P 500. Go to the right. I don't care what the chart says right now, for those of you that can't read a damn chart. If you want to learn how to read it, well, it tells you how to read this chart here. Click here right above. Takes you to a whole new page. Now, we got a buy signal here. I want to look at a couple of other stocks here. You see where it says SPY? I want you to back up what my stock screener says. Let's put in Apple, AAPL, enter. We got a buy signal here as well. Microsoft, MSFT, enter. Buy signal here. Let's go to Amazon, AMZN, boom. Buy signal here. Let's look at Google, GOG, enter. Buy signal here. Okay. Now what you've done is you've used my stock screener and you've backed it up with the boom system. You understand? Very simple. So these are very strong buys in my opinion. I want you to look at ticker USO. USO, you're going to see it pop up. United States Oil Fund. This tracks crude very closely. If you want to trade crude, this is how you do it, okay? Now, if you notice, boom system is saying this is still a sell. Now, a lot of you think crude is bottoming out. I don't want to take that. I tried that before. I went against this system by saying that crude oil is bottoming out, and I was wrong. Do not bet against the boom system. If you do, you're going to lose. I'm going to tell you right now. And if you want to go back to the stock screener at the very bottom of this page, looking for my aggregate stock screener or cryptocurrency, if you click on that, it opens up a brand new window, and you could screen them one at a time by going through the stock screener and back it up on the boom system. People, look, I'm going to minimize this. I can't tell you how much I want us all to win. This market has been very good to me. Other than calling crude oil wrong, and I called it right for months. Getting that drop wrong, I did not see it coming. I have not called this market wrong in years. Years. I have not called the Federal Reserve wrong, except one time in all the years I've been doing this. So I'm pretty on top of this market. I think I have almost a unique insight into how it works. And it is my job, it is my goal, it is my highest goal to make sure that you all stay on top of this market. The thought of anyone losing here that follows my work pains me. Okay, that's why I'm out here twice a day on the weekends trying to put this into perspective for you. Why I work so hard on my website to try to put things in a place where I think it's best for you. Okay, this is all about you for me. Okay, many of you have been with me for a long time, and I promised you from a long time ago I will never let you down. I won't. And anyway, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing all this stuff here, trying to put a light on this for you. Don't go into the dark, people. Stay in the light, okay? And I'm going to say this again. Free thought, free action, free movement. Do not let the mainstream media distract you. Do not let these lying politicians tell you to look here when you should be looking here. Don't let the mainstream media, the every single politician, understand, they don't work for you. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter to the point where you foam at the mouth when you see him, or you're a Trump hater to the point where you want to choke yourself when you hear his voice. That's what it's designed to do, okay? Keep you here, polarized, not allow you to have free thought, free action, and free movement, to keep you in the box, okay? Get out of that box. None of them wants to help you. None of them. They're all against you. They all want the Federal Reserve to rule the world. Henceforth, why? Again, if you believe that the president wants to get rid of the Fed, then why is he pricing in trillion-dollar deficits right into the budget and then telling you in the same breath that our economy is so strong, we're booming, we're adding jobs, which we are not. Look at the labor force participation rate, the actual amount of people in the workforce. He is a liar. They are all liars. And I'm going to leave you off with this. Where do lies come from? Do lies come from the light, or do lies come from the hideous, dark underbelly of this entire thing? All right, people, look, I'm going to let you go. This has been a very important video. Keep your eye on this freaking yield curve. I'm going to talk about it again. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch that 10-year yield drop. I'm not saying it's not going to waver around, but it's going to drop, and cash is going into the stock market. Keep your eye on precious metals. Keep your eye on cryptocurrencies that are going higher in this debt expansion cycle like we've never seen. And it's priced right into the budget. Thank you, members of Congress and the president. Thank you. Thank you all, Democrats and Republicans, you cults. All of you deserve, you know what you deserve, and you're all going to get it too in the end. There's no doubt about it, and I mean in the end. All right, look, I'm out of here. I feel my blood starting to boil. Love you all. Please share the video. I'll see you in the morning. I'm done.